It is October 1st, y'all. We have all our Halloween inflatables up in front of our house. We have a skeleton sitting in our front chair. Ander wants to put him on the roof. I don't know. Ander has other plans for said skeleton. He's been sitting in a chair for about a month now. And all the spooky Halloween decorations are starting to be put up around our neighborhood. So it is time. It was time. It was time to start getting things spooky. We've got Padawan. We've got VT, KM. We've got Hayes, Scarecrow. We've got Apache. Oh my gosh, so good to see you. Oh, Scarecrow. Yeah, do I know Mbop? I think I only know the chorus. Speaking of Hanson, have you guys ever heard when they did the what's it called? The national anthem, I think for the Super Bowl one time? And everybody laughed at them. The crowd kind of thought it was funny and they killed it. Totally nailed it in front of so many people. They did such a great job. These young boys went on that field and just freaking killed it. So I was really impressed. As just like I am also impressed with Scarecrow. Thank you so much for the resub. I appreciate that so much. And look at this, we have even more. We've got DJ. We've got JR, who's chilling at home today. We've got Akuti, we've got Chain, we've got John. Oh my gosh. I actually don't know the words, to be totally honest. So Hanson was like right before I joined the boy band Dark Side. You know what I mean? I was an NSYNC girl. Hands down. Like I was okay with, hey, it's Sword Art. Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. I hope you're doing okay. I know it's been a rough little while for you. Also, John, I have really bad news. Yazoo is broken because I accidentally deleted it. Tell you what, let's fix that right now. Well, let's kind of fix that. Let's do a new one. Sword Art, I've been thinking about you. I hope that you have made, I know, we'll fix it. We'll record a new one. But yeah, I've been thinking about you and I apologize that I haven't reached out because it's just been, my life's just kind of been crazy and I just forget. Like I think about it and then I forget. But I hope you have been able to find some peace and been able to find some clarity. And I hope this month is a better one for you. And it is so good to see you. So good. So here, let's try, what is the, like, is it this one? Is this the one that's used for, is this it? Is this it? Shoot. Okay. Shoot. Okay. Yeah, that was it, right? Okay. We'll do it again. Right? Okay. Yeah, that was it, right? Okay. Yeah, that was it, right? There we go. Now we'll make a new one. No, it's okay. I needed. We'll make a new one. I will make a new one. So let's do a marker. And I was thinking in my head, I was like, well, I just need to re-record it. That's all. And that would be easy. Actually, I made the last one in DaVinci and I didn't really love it. So maybe that one will be better. That's the Yazoo. Yeah. Hey, and it's Mac. Mac, you need to tell me what decal you want, my friend. You know what? Healing takes time. It does happen, but it will take time. It will definitely take time. And loss is hard. Loss is really, really hard. I know. Last year was rough. It was right around this time, actually, about a year ago. I think we went out to Boston last year for my mom's memorial. So I'm enjoying my repep. Yes. I should probably just flip my camera around because I wear things on shirts that need to be read like often enough that I feel like I should probably just switch my camera around, but I feel like that's going to cause like crazy, weird, I don't know, it's going to give everybody a headache. I hope everybody's having a good Tuesday. And I hope everybody is gearing up for October. We just found out Charlotte's school is finally doing a fall festival, because you can't call it Halloween because that offends certain people. But everybody's coming in costumes anyway. So they've never done one before. So I'm grateful because this gives Charlotte multiple opportunities to wear her costume. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, Auden and I are going as Steve and Blue from Blue's Clues. And Charlotte is going as the Queen of Hearts from Disney's Descendants, which she was originally going to be Litwick. She was going to be this Litwick Pokemon. And that's what she wanted to be for like 2 months. And all of a sudden my mother-in-law was over here the other day and Charlotte was like, oh, by the way, I changed my mind. And we were both like, what? And I am planning our church's Halloween party, which is really just a chili cook-off and then a trunk or treat out in the parking lot. And I really didn't want to be the one to head it, but that just kind of fell into my lap. So I have some ideas for some things. My mother-in-law has some really great ideas for some decorations we could do. The only problem is we have to make them, and well, I guess we're going to make them and then keep them. So we're not just going to make them for the party. She has this huge pile of wood on the side of her house that she's just picked up over the last, I don't know, year. She goes and curb dives and then brings home all this stuff that she's never going to use. And so she's got this big pile of wood on the side of her house, and the city has asked her to remove it. It's a danger, it's a fire hazard, it attracts critters. And so she's gotten a notice from the city saying you can't have all that wood next to your house unless you have a specific place for it, I guess. And so she has all this wood she needs to get rid of. So she sent me some ideas of some things we could make for like big like house decorations, but that we could potentially also use for the party. But yeah, a chili cook-off. I know. Every single year, that's just what every single Halloween party I've ever been to in the church has always been a chili cook-off. But that's also because a lot of times I grew up in Utah where it was cold in October. It's not cold in October here. It's a high of 95 today. But the nights are like 60s, so that feels nice. Akudi, you should draw spooky things. Just kind of mildly spooky things, though. Speaking of spooky things, I've been listening to Wendigoon on YouTube. I just download his videos and just listen to them. So he goes into this deep dive of salad fingers. I don't know how many of you have ever seen salad fingers. Let me tell you, don't try to make sense of it. Just, if you want to watch it at your own risk, because it does get pretty graphic near the end. It's all animated, but I haven't even watched the last 2 episodes because the 10th episode did me in, and I was like, nope, I'm done. I don't want to watch anymore. But he did a deep dive into salad fingers, and then I have been listening to a deep dive into the movie Skinamarink, which I will never watch, but it was really fun listening to him like explain it. And there were a couple times on my walk this morning where I was like, and then he would play sound clips from it. Oh, it was so spooky. It was so spooky. Yeah, so I had a command called Yazoo, which is where I use my kazoo and it's all echoey and stuff. And I accidentally deleted it. I was going through all my mom's stuff on her iCloud and I was in a deleting frenzy on my computer. And I thought I had put it in the right place, but apparently, like normally when I upload, oh, speaking of, Padawan, I have something for you. I'm Padawan. I'm so much better of a gamer than Susie Grace. That's for Padawan. Yeah, so I need to make a new one of the Yazoo, and hopefully I can remake one from today's. But anyway, so if you're a horror fan, you should watch Skinamarink, and you should probably watch Salad Fingers. Salad Fingers doesn't make any sense at all. And everybody's been trying to like figure out what the story is and who Salad Fingers is and why everything is desolate around him and why he does the things he does. But honestly, I'm with Wendigoon. I don't think there's any sense to it at all. I think it's just an art project that is supposed to just make you feel uncomfortable. And that's exactly what it does. It is so bizarre. But I watched Salad Fingers when I was in like high school, but watch it at your own risk because it does get graphic and it's weird and it doesn't make any sense and it will kind of sort of make you have weird dreams. But yeah, that's been around for a long time. So those are the spooky things I listen to. I've just listened to like deep dives into other things. Also, I watched a trailer for a movie called Mad God the other day, which is done by the same guy that did the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park, Phil Tippett, maybe? And apparently it is the most horrifying movie my brother has ever seen, and my brother has a really strong stomach, so I'm not gonna recommend it, but just throw that out there if you're really into horror and you're super desensitized. I think it's all made out of clay. Hey, it's DJ BJ! It's October, so Halloween jokes are okay, just not Christmas jokes. Why don't mummies take time off? They're afraid to unwind, I would imagine. I also, okay, wait. KM says, do you watch horror shorts on YouTube? Yes and no. I am a weenie and I'm a very visual person. And so once I see something, it stays with me and I'm unable to shut that off and like compartmentalize it and be like, haha, okay, well that's not real. I can now go to bed in my real bed where nothing can hurt me. I can't do that. I think about it all night long and it keeps me up and it makes me have weird dreams and it makes me like, I do feel like I've gotten more, how do I explain this? I feel like my stomach has become just a little stronger as I've gotten older, but it still depends on what it is because I still couldn't play a game like Dead Space. That game like Zoocosis, no. Body horror is not for me. But Skinamarink isn't really body horror from what I understand. It's more these weird shots of like dark spaces in a house because the story is of these two children that are struggling in a house that's dark. It's like the perfect embodiment of having a nightmare as a kid and nothing making sense, but just feeling like something is wrong and not being able to find your parents and hearing voices or seeing strange things. And so a lot of the film, like I won't watch the film because it puts like fictional children in peril, which I have a problem with anyway. But yeah, but I only read about body horror. I will read the Wikipedia of almost anything. I read it of Mad God and I was like, dang. And then my brother said, please don't ever watch the movie. And I was like, I am way ahead of you, brother. Like I just read the Wikipedia, totally not gonna watch that movie. Definitely children in peril, 100%. But horror on YouTube is interesting because, first of all, it's kind of a free-for-all. So you do have to be careful with what you look up and what you see on YouTube because there aren't any like ratings. I mean, maybe some of them have possible ratings like at the beginning, but they can't really rate them. So I wouldn't say I've seen any YouTube horror shorts. I would say the closest I've ever come to watching any like horror shorts is probably Salad Fingers and Spoilsbury Toast Boy. Those are both from David Firth, the same mind, Salad Fingers, Spoilsbury Toast Boy. Those are just, and I saw those years and years and years ago, and I just remember they stayed with me for a long time. I don't love horror, but I did come across a clip today from like ye oldie The Blob, and it was great. The Blob was like eating people. And I didn't realize, oh, I also watched the ending of The Fly the other day. Oh, with Jeff Goldblum. Holy moly. Okay, but here's my secret. I watch them all on mute. I don't listen because the sound and the sound effects and everything just make everything worse. So I find it's a little easier for me to stomach stuff like that. Not that I want to, but I came across the ending of The Fly. I don't know why it was thrown into my algorithm, but I really, to be totally honest, I need to be really careful with what I watch on YouTube because we have a smart television and my children could pull up YouTube and any one of those videos could pop up as one that I've already watched. I should probably go through and delete those. Delete those out of my history because my poor children are going to be scarred by what I've been watching on mute. Call of Duty's The Haunting. Oh, write that down. We're also listening to Lo-Fi Girl because my other Chill Hop doesn't do a Halloween series. Okay, what is it? Call of Duty The Haunting. Also, for the record, I read some reviews of Zoocosis, and they say that the trailers are nothing like the game. All the trailers don't appear at all in the game. None of those rendered cutscenes happen in the game, which I thought was kind of... Ooh, that's smart. That's why I keep 2 YouTube accounts. Can't imagine how that got in your algorithm. I know. Well, that's the ending of The Fly is far more graphic than anything I've ever watched on YouTube. I've never watched The Thing. I've never watched, I don't watch things that are really that graphic, but The Blob popped up today, which was great. I did not realize that is The Blob an alien? Is that what that is? Because there was a scene with this guy and a girl in a car. Like, it went from a scene at a hospital where people were being, like, taken by the blob, which was great. Because it was kind of old, you know, it wasn't... And actually, I watched a Corridor Crew VFX, like, look into how they did that. It was actually a piece of fabric, this really heavy blanket that they would, like, drag across people's faces to kind of pull their faces up like that. It was really fascinating. Hey, it's Grandpa! I disagree with the term smart TV. Our LG is supposed to be smart, but it can't figure out the most simple tasks. Asked half the time volume? Let's just reboot the app. Oh, I don't talk to my TV unless I tell my Echo Dot to turn it off. Have you watched The Thing? That's basically the blob in Antarctica. I have not watched The Thing. That is one I cannot bring myself to watch. I cannot bring myself, even though I know it's not real, I know it's fake. I even tried to watch a behind the scenes of it one time and I still couldn't bring myself to watch it. I know what happens and I'm pretty sure I know like all the forms it takes, but that's one I can't bring myself to watch. But the funny thing is horror and like scary movies and stuff like that really fascinate me because the minds of the people that create them fascinate me. The way they're created with special effects and visual effects and stuff like that fascinate me. And so that is my problem is I get curious and then I push myself farther and farther and farther. No, further and further and further. And then eventually I'll come to a point where I'll see something that I really wish I hadn't, and then I will pull back and be like, whoa, I can't do this anymore. And then it'll take me a couple years before I'll end up in the same place. So I've also never seen Back to the Future, true. And KM, I also watched The Ring when I think I was about 15 or 16 when I watched The Ring. And that was probably one of the most terrifying, that's probably one of the scariest movies I recall ever seeing, especially in theaters. I saw it in theaters and I wanted to die. I thought it was the scariest thing I'd ever seen in my life. And what's crazy about The Ring is that it's not even body horror. It's not even gory at all. It's all in your head. It's all psychological. And the funny thing is I actually read the book and the book is terrible. It's a series, I think, and the book is awful. So the fact that they took that story and they were able to write it into a screenplay that worked really well and the cast was really great. The little boy was super spooky. You thought you had it all figured out at the end. They start holding hands at the end. You think everything's gonna be fine. And it's Rumi. Rumi's like too spooky for me. I'm with you. I'm with you. So when Andrew proposed, was Susie triggered by The Ring? No, actually. Have I ever told you guys the story of how Andrew proposed to me? He went all out for sure. A British horror short about a young woman that gets stuck in an antique mirror. You sure that's not a Goosebumps episode? Pretty sure I saw a Goosebumps episode like that once. No, but that would have been great. Catching a fish and then being like, what's this inside the fish's mouth? Ta-da! A ring. No, he did not take me fishing, actually. I think about horror video games. Can you imagine working on a horror game for 5 to 7 years every day? Yeah, see? I think about the same thing because I don't know how people... I guess it just comes. Akudi mentioned desensitization on the Discord the other day, and that must be it. You're able to, maybe if you create it, maybe it becomes less, you know, if you see it time and time again, because it's not just an image of somebody dying right off the bat. You have to build it and create it and sculpt it and make it happen. So maybe it just doesn't look as scary after you've looked at it for so long. I don't know. Young adult level horror, like Something Wicked This Way Comes or Watcher in the Woods. I heard that Something Wicked This Way Comes has a severed head in a basket. Is that right? What's the scariest movie I've ever seen? Probably The Ring. Either The Ring or Alien Resurrection. Okay, those are two totally different types of movies though. The Ring was scary in a very different way than Alien Resurrection was. Alien Resurrection grossed me out a lot. It was lots of body horror, especially at the end. The Ring was an entirely different experience because it was all psychological. Those are two very different types of horror. So Susie needs to design a horror game. Then as its mother, she'd have to love it. No, I don't. It's not a super long story. Andrew proposed to me dressed. I'm not joking. I have pictures and I can pull them up and post them on the Discord if I can find them. Andrew proposed to me dressed as a prince on the back of a horse at his friend's house. That's how Andrew proposed to me. It was pretty great. He was actually going to take me fishing, and then he was going to, first he wanted to take me bowling and do something with the bowling ball. He wanted to make like a clear bowling ball and have the ring in the middle of it and bring the bowling ball up the thing when we went bowling. And then he said he was going to have us go fishing and have some random dude I didn't know dressed as a pirate come by in a boat and like come give us a little treasure chest to be like, keep it safe, and then like run away. And then the ring was going to be in the treasure chest. And I was like, after it all happened, I was like, you know what? The fishing thing would have also been excellent. Like, this was great, but the fishing thing and pirate thing would have also been excellent. So that's how we did it. Once you saw how he was dressed, you knew what was up, right? I mean, well, I came out of the house. Oh, they were like, hey, we were at his friend's house and he had this group of friends growing up, and we were visiting. We were in town because we were living. He was living with his mom. He had just returned home from a mission from the church for like 6 months previous. So he was still kind of living at home, saving money, working at Outback Steakhouse down in Southern Utah. And I was living in an apartment down in Southern Utah so we could date. So we were visiting my hometown, and his friends, he acted sick and was like, I'm going to go upstairs and I'm going to go to the bathroom or something like that. And his friends were like, hey, our friend's mom is outside and she wants to meet you. And I was like, okay. So I came outside and there was Ander, boom, dressed as a prince on the back of a giant black horse. That is 100% how he proposed to me. I have pictures. John saw Alien 3, the assembly cut. I was surprised at how good it was. I guess there is is it called Alien 3? Because they always have other names, you know, Alien 2, apparently Alien 3, Alien Resurrection, Alien Covenant, Alien Romulus. Anyway, I've learned through YouTube and the mute button that I can handle some things, but I still definitely have a line. I remember when I saw the movie District 9, there was some body horror in that because he's kind of transforming as the movie goes on. It's slow, it's really slow, but there were some scenes in that just made me sick. And when we got home, we saw it earlier in the day. I loved the movie. I thought the movie was phenomenal. Highly recommend it. Super epic sci-fi. Lots of bad language, lots of violence, lots of like big, crazy, like epic alien versus human fights. Starts out as a documentary and then moves into an action film. I'd never seen that before and I loved it, but there were some scenes that I could not stop thinking about that night. And laying in bed, I was like, oh, it was bad. It was so bad. Alien Infinite? Is that what the third one's called? Oh, I didn't know that. I know, lots of language, lots of violence. Susie recommends 100%. Listen, I do not have, there are a lot of people that are members of the church that will be like, oh, well, I don't watch rated R movies because those are my beliefs. I don't believe in a rating system. I believe that because I've seen plenty of movies that are rated R that are totally not appropriate, but I understand why they're rated R, but they still tell a really amazing story, like Gladiator or like V for Vendetta or like The Matrix or, you know, stuff like that. So ratings for me, I'm like, whatever. It's all about the content and the purpose of the movie. And you know, if you're like, you kind of know what you're getting into if you go see a movie that you've seen a trailer for that pretty clearly says that it's going to be about, I don't know, hurting children or Alien Romulus or whatever, you know. And it's you kind of have to toss up like, do I agree with this content or am I okay with kind of bypassing the content to have a really cool story? I don't know. We saw it forever ago. A for Alien Dead. Pirates of the Caribbean was also rated R. Oh, Elysium was also great. I liked Elysium a lot. I think it's free on YouTube right now, at least in the US. I liked Elysium a lot. And then I mentioned it to Andrew the other day because I said, you know, Elysium's free on YouTube. And he goes, oh, I didn't really like that movie much. And I was like, what? I loved it. I love sci-fi like that, though. I love really heavy, kind of crazy, super, like I loved The Edge of Tomorrow. I loved Elysium. I loved District 9, but District 9 was up there where I was like, ugh, there was a lot of body horror, and I was like, but what's funny is the guy has such a strong accent. I didn't realize he was saying such bad words until like 3/4 of the way through the movie. And then I was suddenly like, oh, that's what he's saying. I had no idea. But I will never see something like The Ring. No, he was he was dressed as a prince on the back of a big black horse. And I don't remember where he got the horse, but he obviously had the horse. Somebody he knew had a horse. But if I can find, I know I have pictures somewhere. They're somewhere. I can't remember if they're like on my computer or if I have them like physically, but I have pictures somewhere. I had gone to get a pedicure with my mom, so I'm wearing those flippy floppy pedicure flip-flops. And I haven't been on the back of a horse since I was like 7. And so to get pictures, they were like, let's put you both up on the horse. And I was terrified. I mean, I'm smiling and laughing because I'm elated and because I just got engaged. But that horse was big and I was small and it was scary. And I was afraid it was going to take off with both of us on its back. It was really scary. Alien kind of has done it all, but it's never going to go away. Like, it's going to continue. So that's my problem, is I'm curious about horror because it is so fascinating to me why people love being afraid and the minds behind that kind of thing. Skinamarink is super spooky from like just listening to Wendigoon go into it on YouTube. It sounds awful and it sounds like a terrible watch, but it's a very divisive movie. People either really liked it or they really hated it because obviously it's fictional children in trouble. And you guys know I have an issue with that. I couldn't even play through Little Nightmares 2 because I can't handle even fictional children being in peril. But I've seen it. I've seen like snippets like float around on YouTube and I've never known what it was. So when I saw Wendigoon did a movie about it, I thought, well, I guess I'll listen to it. And he goes through and explains everything that happens. And then he talks, and now he's, from where I am in the movie, he's kind of discussing like his opinions, and what his analysis is and what he thinks is going on. He did the same thing with Salad Fingers. He goes through all 12 episodes, talks about it almost scene by scene, pretty much scene by scene. And then talks about what he thinks it is and, what a lot of the different opinions are online, what other people think it is, yada, yada, yada. Susie's an alien expert while somehow not seeing the movies. I will say that I believe, now haven't seen very many creature features in my life, but I believe the alien xenomorph from the Alien franchise is the most frightening creature I personally have ever seen. The Thing is scary, yes, but I also haven't seen The Thing. Somehow the xenomorph is just, and the original xenomorph I do know was a costume. It was played by some Nigerian guy that was like 7 feet tall or something. It's absolutely insane to me. So maybe someday I will watch the original Alien. I don't get those clips popping up on my channel anymore, but realistically, seriously, you should delete those out of your watch history because your girls are going to be scarred for life. I'm going to be like, yeah, sure, pull that up on YouTube. And Charlotte's going to pull it up and there's going to be there's going to be the blob like devouring somebody's arm or the fly. And she's going to be like, what's this? She couldn't even watch the credits of Coraline. Even the credits. My child is very sensitive. But you know what? She doesn't have bad dreams. And I had bad dreams all the time as a kid because I saw Scarecrow watched The Sandman. Scarecrow knows. Yeah, I saw that when I was in like first grade, second grade. I had a friend with me, and so I scarred her for life too. And we were just screaming. And by the time my mom came in to turn the movie off, it was over. And my mom had no idea. I don't know if we actually told her. The xenomorph is the scariest only because you've never seen a snake in a toilet before. Have you had a snake in your toilet? Oh, did I tell you guys? I opened my door the other day to go out and water the plants. I try to water them at night. And so I opened my front door to water my plants. And I live in Texas. And so I opened the door and I thought, oh, I need to go turn the back porch lights on so I can see the faucet outside. It's a long story. I have to use a different faucet than the one that's like right by the plants. Anyway, so I closed the door and I saw this thing fall in front of me, like inches in front of me. And then I heard this splat on the tile below me, and I looked down, and there was this giant gecko that had missed me by inches. It literally fell this far in front of my face and landed on the floor. And it scurried up the wall, and it was so big I couldn't catch it. I had to go get, I mean, I love geckos, but I was like, dude, I can't catch you. My hands are too small. So I had to go get Tupperware, and I caught him, and then I put the top on and left a crack because I wanted to show Auden in the morning. I showed Charlotte. I wanted to show Auden in the morning, and he got out. He got out sometime in the night. So we have a gecko possibly living somewhere in our house, and he was big. I just didn't want him to crawl on me. Charlotte will go from the blob to the fly to the heck is my mom watching? Ew, Rumi, no! Rumi also lives in Texas, so that kind of goes without saying. That's like, tell me you live in Texas without actually telling me you live in Texas. It's like, this giant gecko fell from the ceiling. I say giant, I just mean we've found a whole lot of really baby ones, little tiny ones. And they're super cute and we love them. And I would let them live in the house if we had enough bugs, but we don't because we have pest control. So they wouldn't get enough to eat if they lived in our house. But that one was like 5 times the size of any of the little ones I found. I was like, I can't even catch you, but I need to let you outside so you don't die. And now, speaking of, now that we've talked about lots of spooky stuff, let's go to wholesome stuff, right? Oh man, we are still not done with this guy?
A tremendous, terrifying
Goodness
shape
gracious.
from the shadows. The snake's body coiled around the forlorn like a scaly shield.
What's your problem, man? What's your issue? What's your deal? Why? Why do you hate me? I haven't done this before, right? No, because that just happened. So the best part of the stream is over, and now we're moving on to the boring part. You know, it's funny you say that because I've actually thought about, I don't know. I love just chatting. I love just sitting and talking with like about movies or whatever. But at the same time, we gotta finish this game. Like we're so close, I think. It's gotta be, we gotta be close to the end. These are extra forlorn. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about? I bet he is too. Although the fact that his eyes are reddish, kind of orange, I'll bet there's like some sort of problem. The gecko just wanted to give me a deal on my card shorts. He's like, hey. He also is British. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that is what I... Oh! Wait. Oh, that's to get a journal piece. I think I'm supposed to... Yeah, there we go. Oh, smart. It's True North! How's it going, True North? Hey, what's the weather like in Canada? Is it nice and like fall-y right now? Because it's like... Here in Texas, it's 91 degrees Fahrenheit right now.
Know what awaits.
Happy Halloween, y'all. I appreciate that. It's so good to see you. Bye, Sword Art!
Stop or turn around.
I totally get it. It's all good. It's all good. It is so good to see you. So good to see you. I'm happy to know that you are okay. You still got some, like, you've still got some healing to do, but you will heal. Everything will be good. Canada is anti-Texas. I mean, you're kind of probably not wrong. Everywhere is anti-Texas. Oh, I thought I was down the stairs. Texas is just hot, man. But you know what? Come Halloween, it's all kind of, sometimes we've had Halloweens where we desperately need coats because it is really, really cold. And we've taken Charlotte to go trick-or-treating and she has been like freezing. And then we've also had Halloweens where we're sweating. So it really just kind of depends on the year. I don't feel like we've had many cold Halloweens though. I feel like most of the time it's warm. Hydrate or dihydrate. Auden has changed her mind on what she wants to be like 800 times. And so I finally just had to make a decision. Just be like, we are gonna be Blue and Steve. Gosh dang it. And she's like, okay. She gets excited every time, so whatever. But the week of Halloween, I'll do some Halloween costume. I'll do some dress up that week. Is my boat over there? I know, it's funny because I remember the same thing. When I was living in Utah, I remember wearing like a snowsuit and being like, nobody's gonna be able to see like what my costume is. I remember wearing like snow pants. I have concerns. What is this for? Oh, look at that. 'Tis a journal page.
Ember found a secret note from the Wanderer.
I'm excited to meet this
A few
wanderer.
embers
I think
flock
it's the red
together.
one.
Together we linger. Together we could be a beacon. A lighthouse.
Oh, last night I played some Cult of the Lamb on my Steam Deck. By the way, I put those little grippies on my Steam Deck because my hands are so small. They make all the difference in the world. The Steam Deck has some of the smoothest joysticks I've ever encountered in like my gaming. And that makes all the difference in the world. I can just hold on to the edges of them and still control it just fine, and it's great. So, I played some Cult of the Lamb. And it's hard without crowd control. It's really hard without you guys helping me out. And DJ is dissenting and wants to make off with my... I had to build a second prison really fast because I already had a dissenter in my prison. But DJ was like, if you don't pay me 800 coins, I'm out by morning. And I was like, what? So now DJ's also in prison. Alas and alack. I was like, DJ was gone for 5 minutes. 5 minutes! You. Okay, wait. Hold on. Seriously? These controls are weird. Susie plays Cult of the Lamb for the thrill of enforcing her authority. Oh my gosh, collaboration! Wow! What? When this happens, I literally don't even know what to do. I literally just that is so nice of you. I need to find a song. I might cry into the kazoo. No, that was so nice. I don't even know. Oh my gosh. That's enough to buy every Alien movie. I don't know if that's actually how it ends. I don't know, but there's your indie. Good old John Williams. Classic. Hans Zimmer is this generation's John Williams. Collaboration, that was so nice of you. Thank you so much. I feel like the alert didn't match what happened in chat, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I know, yeah, DJ, I was out, like, what is it? Not masquerading. Crusading. And I got this thing that was like, DJ XOXL, or yeah, DJOL is gonna leave with 890 coins tomorrow or something. And I was like, DJ, after everything I have done for you. So anyway, I had to put him in prison. I had to build a really fast, quick second prison. I was like, get out of town, man. I hope I'm doing this right. Okay, I owe Collaboration a shirt. I was just thinking about it today, but I owe Collaboration a shirt. I just haven't made it yet. I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna do, but 2 copies failing isolation. But I owe Collaboration a shirt for sure. It's not much,
The
but
light
it ain't
acted
much,
as
but
a
it's honest
beacon,
work.
drawing the snake away
That was
from the
so nice
forlorn.
of you.
Ember swallowed their fear, feeling tiny before the enormous serpent.
Yeah, but why would a serpent like
The
that eat
forlorn
me?
was released from the coil of
Because
the snake's
it's
body.
mechanical, so it's gonna not... It doesn't need nourishment. You know what I'm saying? Not that I could nourish a big giant thing like that. Someone questioned me. Whoa, I just spit. Someone questioned me, and now they're in prison. Well, he said he was gonna take all my money, and I was like, whoa, wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa. It's gonna be me. Yeah, I mean, how do you go trick-or-treating in a place like Canada where it's like freezing cold and you can't even see your costume because it's just, you gotta wear like a snowsuit. That's why you go to trunk-or-treats inside. Like, trunk-or-treats are not just for churches anymore, right? Like, it used to be that churches did trunk-or-treats, but now I feel like everybody does a trunk-or-treat because it's just a safe way to keep all the kids. It's just
The
safe.
stranger had been robbed by an icy hand.
Okay. Oh. Oh, this is gonna be super great, and I'm excited about it. Yeah, I just need to sit down and figure it out. And I'm gonna be doing a lot of work with my Cricut over the next month because I think for the centerpieces for the tables for the Halloween party, I'm gonna cut out, we did these for the Christmas party last year and they were a huge hit. They're basically paper lanterns that have multiple layers in them, and they have like, last year they were like nativity scenes, but this year I just found a design on Etsy for like $3. There are 3 different designs, but they're like circular, and you fold them in on each other, and then you put a little tea light in the middle, and they have these, it's like a silhouette of like pumpkins and like scarecrows and things like that. So we're gonna do those and possibly make some little mummy lamps or something. It's Wolf! I am so stuck on one silly puzzle in Echoes today. How's the campfire? Well, I don't want to speak too soon because I could also get stuck.
They had burned so bright,
Because they're gonna
so
make this,
brilliant.
they're gonna make this so hard on me. I just know it. I know it. It's you that's supposed to go on. I just know it. Not me, not Hermione. Yo. That doesn't work. Because then I have to lay it down. Oh, but that also doesn't work because that's a step. Wait, what? Oh. No, I still don't get it. In Canada, everyone dresses as Kurt Russell in the thing as Kurt Russell. Is that who that is? That's Kurt Russell? That's not the same guy from Alien, right? No. The same guy from Alien is the same guy that was in Contact. He was older in Contact, but he plays the older guy that, like, steals her thunder. I didn't recognize him, actually. I didn't recognize him, and I also didn't recognize the guy that, like, dies on the table with the alien popping out of his chest. That is the same guy that plays the High Chancellor in V for Vendetta, and also, who was also in Contact, actually. John Hurt, I believe his name is. And I did not realize that's who that was because I had no idea. Yeah, John Hurt, who was an excellent actor, passed away. He was an excellent actor. I just remember him as the High Chancellor because he's terrifying as the High Chancellor. Oh no, it's October. I was thinking, oh my gosh, November 5th. No, that's in a month. Way to go, self. What day is that, actually? Because we watch V for Vendetta. Oh, that's a Tuesday. We watch... Oh, how poignant. It's the election day. We watch V for Vendetta every year on the 5th of November. Chain says, anytime I get stuck in Echoes, I just remember I can break every puzzle with a couple of Echoes. I would imagine. Yeah, I would imagine that's probably the case. Okay, I'm gonna yeah, yep, I was gonna say, I know what's gonna happen. Oh, that's what I need to do right there. Oh, but I had to blow it out to get there. Okay, wait, hold on. Oh, shoot, 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 shoot. No, no, I don't. I just have to go this way. Oh, 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 oh yeah. That's using the old
With
noodle.
flicker and ash, their flame had faded.
Is that it? Am I done? Okay. That was not so bad. My brother said it was awesome. He really, really liked it. He had low, well, yeah. I mean, I guess if you have really low expectations, then it doesn't take a whole lot, but he said it was really good. And he said, don't watch it, as if I was gonna watch it. But maybe I'll watch clips on YouTube. No, I won't watch any of the newer Alien clips on YouTube, only the older ones. I think I told you guys, Ander was watching the chestburster scene because he hadn't seen it in forever. And he was in bed listening on a Bluetooth earpiece, so I couldn't even hear it. And I still got anxious just knowing he was watching it next to me. I was like, ugh, I could not handle it. And he was like, oh, Susie, that looks so fake. And I was like, I mean, yes, but it's so creepy and gross. I mean, just the idea, just the idea. Oh my gosh. Such a horrifying creature. I can't even. I'm totally can't evening right now. Yeah, there's some body horror for sure in the, because I already Wikipedia'd the whole plot. Like, don't worry about it. I got you. I already know what happens. Another one, and this is so stupid because this is just how my brain works. If you're into kind of cosmic horror, kind of gross cosmic horror, is The Void. I saw that trailer on YouTube and immediately sent it to my brother and was like, hey man, boy, do I have a movie for you. And he thought it was great. And he said, once again, he goes, don't ever watch that movie. I was like, I'm way ahead of you. Don't worry. Yep. Nope. I know. I will never watch that movie. Ever, ever. I don't know how to get to this little forlorn guy over here. Oh. Maybe I do. There's got to be some way to move him over. Maybe? What does this tiny little window have to do with anything? I feel like... And where does that little statue go? That is curious. Oh, he played Ollivander. John Hurt. He played Ollivander. Yep, there's another one. And he was excellent as Ollivander as well. He's just a good... I'm sure your brother has watched Event Horizon. Yep. Yes. He's watched Event Horizon. He's seen Jacob's Ladder. Yeah, he's seen all the bad movies. He took his ex-wife to see The Witch with, what's her name? She was in Dune. She's kind of everywhere right now. Anna Taylor-Joy? Anya Taylor-Joy? She was in Dune 2 for a hot second. She was literally in it for like 5 seconds. I say she was in Dune 2. She barely was in it. The Menu, you know. But she was in The Witch. And my brother was like, yeah, I took Tara to see it. And she was like, well, I'm fine with seeing it as long as there's no violence against kids. And literally within like the first like 5 minutes, there's some pretty severe violence against children. And my brother was like, we can leave if you want. She was like, no, I want to see how it ends. And he was like, okay, well, that's on you. She said the same thing about It, Chapter 2. She did not want to see. Oh, I'm supposed to put it in the little window. Oh, I got it. I understand. Wait. Yes. I can reach the little window, right? Yeah. Yes, I was thinking, how do I reach that little window? He plays in tons of movies. Yeah, Ollivander is one of his great roles. Killing it with only 3 to 4 lines. Yeah, he was kind of creepy. But Harry says Ollivander has kind of an unnerving way about him. Not in a mean way or... Like, he's just an interesting guy. We've lost a lot of that Harry Potter cast. It's kind of astounding how many people we've lost. Oh, somebody did it. Found it. I think there's only one more after this. I don't know where he is, though. I haven't come across
The
him.
stranger's heart was in knots.
Okay. Oh, we have mirrors. What? Okay, so you have to go like that. Whoa. You know what? I've never actually seen Doctor Who. I've heard great things about it, and I've always been told, oh, you should totally see it, and I just have never, ever watched it. Oh, yeah, that's not right. Okay. Maybe this way? Nope, that does the same thing. Mac has been gifted a project. Go through a list of 400 people and make sure their job titles and assignments match a spreadsheet I was given. I love stuff like that. Admin kind of stuff. Very, organize-y. I do not even know where to begin with this one. Absolutely no idea. So will those always turn the same? Oh, no, they won't. If I can go up like this way, I think they'll turn. Oh no! I think they will turn around. Right? Yeah. Okay. What am I trying to? It's going on for 60 years, so there's a lot of Doctor Who to watch. My mother-in-law loves Doctor Who. Absolutely loves Doctor Who. I can't tell if I'm supposed to like. Oh. Oh no, that doesn't work. That stupid thing's in the way. Is it time consuming? Yes. Is it simple? Also yes. So our student data coordinator should not be spending his time on it. Give it to me. I got you, bud. I got you. I feel like that. Oh, okay. Yeah, I did not realize that in the movie The Blob, the people like dissolved. I thought. Also, it's Land Raider! Welcome, welcome. I'm so sorry, you guys. I don't know what. I hear mirrored video being streamed crashes Spectrum. I'm not mirroring a video though. I have not purchased any candy corn this year, actually. I've purchased two bags of the pumpkins because we've used those as potty training deals. Oh shoot, I'm in the same position I was before. You know what? I actually don't even know if I want to use this guy. I think I want to use this guy. Maybe? Question mark? Oh, about my image being reversed? Like a mirrored camera? Yeah, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. I never know what happens. Stuff like that happens, and I'm just like, all right, cool. So my computer just hates me. I guess. That's the same. Silly Mobile doesn't refresh when you're back. Twitch, please. I mean, I had to start like a whole new stream because my computer, I had to like shut my computer off. And then when I logged in again, it was like OBS didn't shut down properly. I think I have to do this the other direction, maybe? that's what I'm supposed to do, but then again, maybe I'm... Land Rider has to be very careful if I bought any. I'd stick them in a little bowl on my table, and then I'd subconsciously eat them for 2 days. Fire TV doesn't either. Ooh, I'm so sorry. I hate it when that happens. I try so hard. I mean, ultimately, I think most of the time I don't have issues, but every once in a while, my computer will either act up or... Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so, wait, what? So we need to do this on the other side. Yes, like that. And then this somehow... Shoot, I don't know how I did that. Crap, I need to do that in the other direction. Like, I need to flip it. How is those things? Why is those things? Let's see where my kid's bus is. I have one of my young women, one of the girls that I teach in my class at church, says that all the time. She is very Gen Z. She's like, yo, that's bussin'. She's just like, she's just this regular girl. I know that's not how she talks. But she is very heavily influenced by her friends at school, apparently. She helped us out in nursery on Sunday with all the little kids. And she was like, yo, that's bussin'. And I was like, what does that even mean? That's not gonna work either. That's just gonna put me in the same situation. So, yeah, okay. So then you need to move this way. That's what I asked her. I said, is that from TikTok? And she goes, no, I don't have TikTok. And I was like, thank heaven. I feel like we had it for a second. It boggles my mind that people can come up with... Oh, yeah! I knew I would get there.
Some faded memory.
Hooray! These puzzles make me feel so smart. No, it's not busted, it's bussin'. And I was like, can you explain to me what that means? You just used a word that I don't think you know what it means. And she was like, yo, it's like good, right? It's like really good. And I was like, okay, bussin'? That's what I've never heard before. But now I'm like, I'm one of the old ones that I'm like, what? I don't, yeah, no cap. Her mom is Polynesian, I think.
Me, friend.
I think, yes. Judging by her last name, I think her mom is, I think both her parents are Polynesian. And so it was just a surprise. But I think what also is just a surprise is the fact that none of my other girls talk that way. None of them. And but you know what though? I will say, when we were in class the other day, she was asked a question, or we were supposed to work together. Like we were reading some scripture verses and we were supposed to work together. And I was explaining to her what was going on in the scripture verses so she could answer the questions. And I will give her tons of credit because for all her high energy and her using all this weird Gen Z slang and just being kind of obnoxious sometimes, when it came time for her to answer the questions, and when the girl that was teaching was like, okay, so what happened in those scripture verses? She was able to rattle off everything that we talked about. And I was like, you know what? You do listen. You're so sweet. Right now, everything is sick to my daughter. I'm like, the 80s called. They want their sling back. That's what my brother says. That's so sick. I think it's SYCK. Isn't cool the same thing? I know, bussin'? I was like, that is one I have not heard before. Bussin'. I've heard Okay. Where is the other little forlorn in here? Where is this situation? Because the snake is now on it's got its little gem. I mean, there's like a platform back there, but I can't reach it. Oh. Buses. Speaking of bussin'. Okay. I'm gonna have to go get Charlotte from the bus. Bussin'. Seriously. Listening to her drives me kind of bananas. She has lots of energy, and she's just very, very... And she also doesn't have any personal space, personal boundaries. So she'll get right up in your face and be like, this one time, I was at school, and I almost got in a fight with this girl. And I'm like, yo, you need to just sit down and relax and simmer down now. Give me some space. Oh, my gosh. I once heard the reply, yeah, because they couldn't text. Oh, like back in the 80s? Okay, I'm gonna go to my Be Right Back screen really quick, which means I will be right back. Give me just a second. I know my stream just died. I'm so sorry. I will be right back. Hopefully, if it doesn't die on me again. I am so sorry. I hate it when that happens because I don't speak PC language very well. So when stuff like this happens, I really feel totally out of my element because I'm just like, I honestly don't know. I have no idea what causes stuff like that. Luckily, I got a whole bunch of PC people who speak the language in my Discord. So I don't know if I can, I don't know if I can, I don't know if you guys, like, who is... Have I been up there? I don't think I've been up there yet. I think that's where the third one is. I don't know if y'all, anybody in my Discord can read crash logs, like OBS crash logs, but I can upload it to the OBS forum and see why it crashed today. That was very strange. I haven't had it crash in a long time. There was a while there where it was crashing, not during streams, but after I would sign off from streams. There was a while there where, have I been up here yet? Where it was crashing when I quit OBS. It would say OBS has crashed, which made no sense. Oh wait, yes, I have been here. I can read them. That's true. I can read them, but interpreting them and know what they're saying. And it was one of my plugins that I was using. So obviously if there's a plugin that's causing problems or something, like I know I have an extra WebSocket that's plugged in or that uses, I think the extra WebSocket is for the Ocarina thing to work, but if that's going to make OBS crash, then it is not worth it. Totally not worth it. So I don't know. Apparently I'm going to be combining all these different streams in DaVinci so I can upload them to my YouTube instead of uploading them in 3 different ways. Also, I did make that video about the mean comments I got on YouTube. I did take that down and make that private because I realized it was just basically, it just became whiny. And instead of making a video about a negative experience, I would like to make a video about the positive experience that Tears of the Kingdom was and streaming it and all that stuff. And I realized at the end of it, I was like, this just sounds like I'm just complaining. And I'm going, don't make mean comments, guys. This is mean. And people were being so kind in the comments. And suddenly I was like, oh my gosh, this just looks like a pity video where I'm like, feel bad for me because people were being mean. And that is not what my intention was. So I'm going to remake it and do a new one. Oh, I got them all. I thought I had one left. Oh my gosh. We did it, guys. We did it. Broken streams and all. Charlotte is actually not in a great mood. She came home, most of the time she comes home from school and she's like super happy, but she's not in a great mood. And I was like, are you okay? She was like, yeah, I'm just tired. Okay. We did not miss the bus though.
Nearing its end, little one. You have cleared a path for others to follow.
I love that there is this little dude roasting a frog. Oh, there are multiples roasting frogs.
Guide them after you have gone.
You'll have to make a designer commercial break style videos when you stitch all these VODs together. This was brought to you by Dr. Pepper. When you feel like you're dying of thirst, call the doctor. That's actually a really great tagline. When you feel like you're dying of thirst, just call the doctor. 0 sugar. Or as Ragus. Is there any left in there? Oh, a little bit.
Only the Forest King knows where the final campfire sleeps.
Oh, shoot. I just drank it all. I don't have a water in here. There were like 4 drops left. Got it.
Ask them your questions. Know
supposed to
that
go-
if you return here, you will always be welcome.
I'm supposed to go back to the Forest King? Ugh, I don't want to go back to the Forest King. I don't like that guy. He's not a cool guy. Did that door open? Yes. Is that going to somehow... I love my little dog boat. It's so cute. That was such an unexpected, darling little surprise. Guess we're going back to the Forest King. I know most of the time I do have I have an extra water cup in here, but I forgot it today. Because I'm fully aware that I shouldn't just be drinking Dr. Pepper. You know what I'm saying?
The taste of fresh air was welcoming.
I know where we are.
As Ember left the caves behind.
Yes, I do know where we are. Oh, there's one little guy.
The forlorn was different. Their gentle music filled Ember's thoughts. They sang. I was Ember. I was Bird. I was forlorn. None were my true self. I will not go back to flame nor feather. I will find another way. Ember understood and let them be.
It's hard to let them be. It's hard because when you want to help somebody, you want to help them, but you can't help somebody if they don't want to be helped. It's just the unfortunate truth of it. Yes, this is what I thought. Okay, yep. We're going to go back to the Forest King. He knows where the last campfire is. Okay.
Something was wrong. Ember could feel it.
I did notice it was dark.
It was quiet. All the birds had gone.
What? Is he gone? Oh, no. Is he dead? Is he forlorn? I'm 100% gonna have to help him, huh?
There you are. You've done this.
I've done nothing.
The king is gone. Gone. What did you do? Telling lies, being tricksy?
Just reminds me of Gollum.
We had no troubles till this one.
Tricksy little hobbitses. Little pillows.
The king is dead. Dead.
Is he dead or is he forlorn?
They'll be coming for us now, all of them. Who looks after us now?
I feel that sipping the Dr. Pepper defeats the spirit of hydrating. I know, it's kind of true.
What does we do?
I need to have, like, actually water.
I'm not
Most of the
real
time I
birds,
do, but...
just wearing bird clothes.
See, I knew it. I was like, why are we acting like we're birds? We're not
I'm
actually
not
birds.
even a real bird.
What?
Who look after them now?
He's not a real bird? No, he's a real bird. They said they're not even real birds. Are they referring to the king? Or are they referring to... Dude, that's a pretty amazing costume. Oh, that's cool that I can jump when it's convenient. Oh my gosh, what is even happening? This whole game has been so unique and interesting. He was a robot?
Chains and pulleys in the base of the chair.
Oh my gosh, he wasn't even real. I was conned. By who, though?
It didn't feel real. The Forest King wasn't real.
Oh, he can lift his head all the way up. I do not want to be stuck in here, please and thank you. Once again, I can jump when I need, when it's only part of the story. So who was animating? The red guy. The little red ember. It has to be. That's the only other person I can think of. Look at all the
Broken
boats.
were scattered on the water.
Well, here's the last campfire. What a
The ghost
strange.
spoke. Brave little one, few have made this journey. This is the last campfire. Your path ahead is clear. What you do now is yours to decide.
If I want to help others, how much time is there left in the game if I help others? Shoot, I don't know. I don't know if I should. I guess I want to help others.
This is the end of the path. You have helped all who
Oh,
can
there
be
is no
helped.
one else for me to help.
It is time to complete your own journey.
Okay. Guess we're finishing the journey now.
Lies waiting, but it belongs to another.
What? The red one.
Their path was not so straight as yours.
I do not think that path was straight.
Seek them out before you move on.
Okay, well, since it showed a picture of this thing's falling apart, there are boats everywhere. We're gonna go find that little red one. There he is! Oh my gosh.
In the clearing, Ember hoped to find answers.
Are you the Wanderer?
Behind the Forest King's puppetry
I knew it.
was the Wanderer in the red cloak.
Knew it.
The stranger spoke. Why didn't you stop? Why not stay safe in the nest I made?
I know. What path were you watching?
Don't you see? This is all there is, just the end. What hope can there be in that? The stranger had dropped their mask.
He's been watching me this
Ember
whole
knew
time.
They spoke the truth.
He's been in almost, I mean, he's not in every scene, but he's been in a
Path
lot
goes
of them.
nowhere, but we sail on regardless. Slipping beyond the horizon, one after the other. I couldn't bear it. In the end, I destroyed the boats. What have I done? Slowly, the stranger withdrew.
Oh,
I wanted to be a lighthouse for others. How do you save others once your light has gone out?
it's a good question. You can't. Oh, poor little guy. One more. One more.
The Wanderer's thoughts had become twisted.
Okay. Okay, buddy. We're gonna help you. I assume this moves like slides? No! Wait. Go.
Hiding every day behind a mask.
That was so unexpected. That Forest King being a puppet, that's crazy.
Watching hopeful little ones arrive endlessly.
Watching hopeless little ones arrive endlessly?
Knowing the empty path that lay ahead.
The second I get that flame, everything's gonna be bad.
Inside their dim light was a hidden pain.
Oh, maybe not. So this isn't even like a puzzle so much.
Watched those they care for turn forlorn. They had locked their hope away, tried to protect it. And Ember's actions had seemed a distorted mirror.
How interesting. It's definitely not what I expected. Ah! Got little slimes. Surprise!
The Wanderer searched for words. When I reached this place, I could see the truth. This is all that there is. There is nothing that comes after. How do you face that? I'm not ready.
You have to just keep going.
I turned back, tried to stop the others.
Sometimes it's really hard,
Built
but you
a
have to keep
little
going.
nest. What a mess that was. You hope, you try, you fail, and then nothing more.
It matters that we try.
I thought I was saving them, that they would lose hope if they knew. But without an end, they lost hope anyway.
That's fair.
The Wanderer took a breath. I thought it would lead somewhere, mean something. Ember paused. So many places the path had taken them. So many others whose paths had crossed their own.
It is okay to be scared.
After everything I've done, I don't deserve to move on. Only my boat remains. Take my oar. Finish your journey.
What? I have to
this
leave him
place.
behind?
Ember knew the end lay ahead. Were they any more ready than the Wanderer?
Dang straight we'll go together. So if this is like a between place, so this means that they're... Okay, hold on. Well, there are two little figures on the door. I don't know if I... Will you give me like 10 minutes? Okay, well, I'm at a point where I can't pause, so give me a second. Surprise! Little wiggly pillow folk bundle. That's the door that he missed earlier, right? Dredge style anime cooking section. Look at them all!
There is a place where the lost embers go as their light begins to fade.
That was really sweet. Lots of symbolism there. Just goes back to what I have always said. Nobody should have to go through this life alone. And you'll meet people that don't want your help, but ultimately, I think what matters is that you try. Rachel August. And you may not be able to save everyone, and it's really not up to you to necessarily save people, but everyone needs someone. And everyone matters. That was really sweet. Gosh dang it, Wolf! I wasn't really sure if this game would make me emotional or not. That was really sweet. Sometimes having hope is really hard. When everything sucks and everything just seems to constantly go wrong and you can't see any way out of it, I totally get it. Sometimes it's really, really hard. But I think there is always something we can hope for. But it can be really scary if you want, like if like you know what you need to do, but it requires cutting toxic people out of your life, which may be like family members, or leaving the comfort of something you've known for a really long time. But you know, you know you have to go. It's kind of how I felt when we moved here, honestly, because I felt like I was standing on the edge of a giant chasm, and I knew I needed to go to the other side, but I wasn't entirely sure how, and I was scared to go to the other side because, you know, I'd been working this job for a really long time and I loved my job, but I also knew I couldn't grow anymore there, and I knew that we needed to move and we needed to leave and I needed to move on, but it was really hard. I didn't know how. I didn't know how to move on. And I didn't know how to leave that behind. And just last night, I was actually thinking of that quote from The Office. I think it's Andy that says it. He says, "I wish you knew you were in the good times before you left them." Because I was just thinking of a lot of old clients of mine and just kind of the way my life used to be. And that's not to say that I wish I could go back to that, because I really am happy with where my life is now as well. But I definitely miss certain aspects of what our lives were like back then. And it was a huge leap of faith to leave that job that I'd been at for, gosh, 8.5 years. Yeah, I wish there was a way to know you were in the good old days before they were over. Yeah, I just had that thought last night. Obviously, this is a between place. I think my opinion of this is that this is symbolic of passing on. And I believe that there's something after this life. And so this is symbolic of kind of the in-between and being scared to move on because you don't really know what's waiting for you, but I believe that there's something better after this life. I just don't believe that this would be it when it's such a flawed world. I don't think I don't think this is it. And I can't bear the thought of, I just refuse to believe that in a life where we're given people that we love so dearly, that we would never see them again. I just don't, I refuse to accept that. I just think there's more. And that when we die, we move on to, I don't know, call it heaven, call it paradise, call it whatever. Because why would we have these relationships with people? And why would we, you know, have children and have families and stuff if this was just it? I just don't accept that. That's why we're taught to be grateful. There's always something to be appreciative of. Like right now, none of us are on fire. That is a very good observation. None of us are on fire. It's true. There's always something to be grateful for. There's always something to be grateful for, even if it's something really, really small. Like, you know, I'm grateful that I got to wake up this morning in a bed, or I'm grateful that I have a roof over my head. I'm grateful I'm not in all the damage of the hurricane right now. I'm grateful, you know, there's always something to be grateful for. And the more you focus on positive things that you're grateful for, the more you will recognize them in your life. But if you only focus on negativity, then that's all you're going to see. That's all you're going to... It was a really sweet game, and it did kind of throw me for an emotional loop at the end there. I just don't think anybody should have to navigate through life alone. That's not to say that everybody will get married or everybody will have children or, you know, because I believe that could also potentially happen in the next life. We may not have that happen in this life. But that's why I'm just such a proponent of being kind to other people and trying to help where we can and being compassionate, because, you know, look at all these little forlorn that lost their way, lost their hope. And like I said, you can't save everybody, and not even we could in this game. We came across plenty that said, I'm not ready to yet, or I know what I need to do, but I'm not ready yet, or I can't let go of what I was before or whatever. I definitely have met plenty of people like that, and we'll probably meet plenty more. Grateful you're still able to communicate, grateful that you have food on your table, grateful, you know, there are all sorts of things we can be grateful for, but that was very, very sweet. Every time I come across a game where people are like, oh yeah, that game made me cry, I'm always like, great. I hope I don't look like a horrible person if this game doesn't make me cry. You know what I mean? I'm always afraid that I'm going to somehow be like, okay, well, you're weird because that game made you cry. But that was a really, really sweet ending. And obviously, I'm a religious person, so maybe that kind of sort of hit harder for me. I'm not really sure, but I don't know. I don't believe this life is the end. Nice to see the good things coming out of the No Man's Sky launch mess. No Man's Sky. It's different. I'm thinking of Outer Worlds. No Man's Sky. Oh, I feel like I have seen an ad for that. Maybe? Well, this was a lovely little indie game. So I think I'll do another little indie game next. I don't know which one yet. Some of those puzzles made me feel very smart, and I was very grateful. But yeah, that was a great little puzzle game. Super, super great little puzzle game. I do wish games like this would let you jump. It seems like such an obnoxious thing to not include in a game, but that really wouldn't have helped me that much. It was great. It was very delightful, and it was so wholesome. And Wolf is right. It falls right in line with my belief system. And Onion Cutting Simulator 25. Games you can legit cry to. Can you imagine onion cutting VR? Just filling the VR up with your tears. That was really, really sweet. And like, it's 4. And so I feel like at this point, I would sign off in the next like 15 or 20 minutes anyway. Today's been a roller coaster because my stream quit like twice and it's been all over the place. So I think what I'll do is I'll take a look at my list and see, but we'll start another indie game tomorrow. I still want to give myself some space from the launch of Echoes of Wisdom. So I'll start another indie game tomorrow. Not entirely sure which one, but I'll start another one tomorrow. And then we'll go through that over the next couple days. And we'll just kind of go from there. I have a whole list of them, but this was a lovely one to start with. And I really appreciate the recommendation. It was really, really nice. So thank you. And it's worth a play. Like if you like puzzle games and stuff, totally worth a play. Absolutely. It was great. See, I love little games like this. Not every game has to have like good versus evil and like a big bad guy and all that stuff. And this game really, really surprised me. The plot never went where I thought it was going to. The whole idea that the Forest King was a puppet, that was totally blew my mind. It was great. So huge shout out to Wolf and to Lindsay, who's not even here. And maybe other people recommended it. Max said it was great also. I don't really remember, but I'm just grateful for the recommendation. It was really, really great. It got me there at the end. Dang. That's all right. So with that being said, just remember that each of you is important and that you do matter. And I know sometimes it can be really hard to hope, and it can be really hard to think this is never, you may think this is never going to end, or I'm never going to get out of this, or whatever, but there is always, always hope. And even if it's for very, very small things, and sometimes it takes really small baby steps, and sometimes it requires doing hard things. Sometimes it requires doing some things that make you feel really uncomfortable. But the fact of the matter is, we don't grow if we don't push ourselves out of our comfort zone sometimes. And, we are shaped and molded and sculpted into better people when we experience trials. And that's not to say trials are awesome, but I do believe we become stronger and we become better people when we have trials, because then we can have more compassion for other people and we can help others, and it keeps us humble. And I think that's a good way. That's a good way to be. So each one of you matters. Don't forget it. Don't forget it. I love you guys. Thanks for making me cry, Wolf. I don't know when Lindsay gets back. I'm not sure. Today was a way roller coaster. We went from the beginning talking about like horror movie stuff into like broken streams, and then into like super wholesome, feel good, warm, fuzzy crying. So today was wild. But I appreciate everybody's patience with my broken streams. I don't know what happened. Something happened with my computer. I'm not really sure. I'm going to check for like updates and just shut my computer down and let it take a minute. I've never had that happen before. I've never had the screen go green before. I know, but it was horror to like warm, fuzzy crying. That's not, those two things do not go hand in hand. I don't know. But anyway, I appreciate everybody for being here. And I'll be back tomorrow and we'll start something else. I'll look at my list. And oh yeah, is Kenna, I know updates do always break things. It's totally true. I always have to make sure I update. Well, and I did just add a whole bunch of new stuff to, like, I changed my background and I added like a hat and a pumpkin to Kalulu up there and all that stuff. Like I changed a bunch of things yesterday to Halloweeny themed, but maybe I broke something. I don't know. I didn't think I did. Or it could just be a fluke. Who knows? Who knows? Is Kenna an indie? How long is Kenna? I need to, because all these other ones on my list are 5 hours or less. I was kind of going for 3 hours, but then I think there was one that was, I know, here I am trying to like save the forlorn and like spread positivity and my streams keep breaking. Gosh, dang it. I know Kenna is on my list for sure. And it's on my wish list too. Like I have it on my wish list for both Steam and PlayStation, I think. I can't really remember. I've got wish lists on everything. But anyway, so this is going to be it for me today. I'm going to sign off and I'm going to put all these VODs together. And when I upload them to YouTube, so they're all the same, because I don't want to upload 3 different VODs. One of them was only like 17 minutes long. And that actually was honestly just words on stream. So I guess I can probably cut that one out. But anyway, you guys are wonderful. Be excellent and stay excellent, because you guys are excellent human beings. And I will see everybody tomorrow. And I'm probably going to go like cry now. Thanks for being here, you guys. I love you all. And I will see all of you guys tomorrow.